A couple of years ago, I made this Iceland piece for my sister, but I have never been 100% happy with how the ice looks on it. The pieces of ice are too round, they're not see-through enough, and they don't have that sparkle and glitter that the Iceland Diamond Beach should have. So, I'm going to attempt to make a piece like this again. I'm going to use the same mold putty that I used the last time from New Classic Resin, but I did choose different shaped rocks this time that I think look a little more like what I'm going for. And I'm going to do the molds differently this time. This mold putty is super easy to use, equal parts A with B, and you just mix it together. The last time I shaped each rock individually, so I would take a piece of the mold putty and put it around each rock, resulting in a whole bunch of little molds. It was kind of tricky to pour the resin into those because they were tippy. So this time I'm flattening it, going to make one big mold and just put my imprint of each rock in here. Now I just have one mold that lays flat and will be much easier to work with. I'm also going to use a UV resin this time instead of a two-part. Last time I put color in here, just a slight blue to kind of have a hint. This time I'm leaving them clear. It will also make it easier to cure. But I think the color the last time made them less shiny. This is definitely more what I was going for, a crystal clear look that makes them look like they actually are ice. I wanted to be able to see the different facets in there so that when the light hits, it reflects and shines, and I think I've achieved that. Crystal clear little chunks of ice, this is exactly what I was going for. But watch what happens when I add them to the piece. Now, I did know that if you take pieces of clear resin that are cured and you add them to clear resin, they completely disappear. I didn't think that would totally happen with this piece as I'm putting them on the sand, but they did disappear a little bit more than I thought they would. You can still catch some of the light reflecting and definitely see the facets, but what they're lacking is that little bit of blue hints. If you look at an actual picture, there's definitely some blue in there. So these kind of look more clear than I was going for. I did notice that if I didn't push them down too hard, they actually stood out a little better. In the end, it's still a little more clear than I was going for, and I really feel they need that hint of blue or aqua. So I'm going to make some more, and we're going to try adding the color and see what happens.